Hi guys, welcome to the next step in our Power Pivot Power Query learning journey. Before we begin, please ensure that the Power Pivot tab that you see here has been activated for you as well. To know how it's done, you can check out the video linked in the description box below. The first step of using Power Pivot is to fill it with data. In this video, we will go through two scenarios to see how this is done. In this Excel file, we have data in three distinct worksheets. The customers data set gives us information about individual customers. The invoice header data set gives us information about various invoices, while the invoice details gives us sales information. Our requirement is to analyze revenue by customers and month. So the first step will be to convert these data sets into tables. To do this, we'll click anywhere within the data set, go to the Insert tab, click Table. Ensure that the My Table has headers option is ticked, click OK. And the most important thing, rename the table. We'll give it a sensible name such as invoice underscore details. Repeat this with the other two data sets. Here I'll use the shortcut Ctrl plus T to convert this into a table. The same dialog box appears. Click OK, rename. Repeat. Insert, table, headers, OK, rename. Now that our data sets have been converted into tables, next step is to add these tables to Power Pivot. To do this, click anywhere within the table, go to the Power Pivot tab, click Add to Data Model, and you can see a new window is opened. This window is distinct from the Excel window, so we can switch between the two windows. So I'll go back to my Excel, add the other two tables as well, click Add to Data Model. Here you can see another tab is added with the table name that we had given as the tab name. So it's very important that sensible names and easy to recognize names are given. Let's repeat. Click Add to Data Model, and there you have it. All our three data sets or tables are now within the data model of Power Pivot. Now the next step will be to establish relationships between the table and its different fields. At this point, Power Pivot has our data tables. Our requirement is to analyze revenue by customer and year. So our required table will look something like this. We'll have customer details in the rows, customer 1, customer 2, customer 3. We'll have the year in the columns, year 1, year 2, etc. And the sales will be in the body of the table. Now to get this table, we need to connect the three distinct data sets. To do this, we'll open the Power Pivot window that we had seen earlier. Go to the Power Pivot tab, click Manage. Here you can see our various tables. In the Home tab, click Diagram View, and now we'll see our three tables with the various fields or the table headers listed out. Now we have to create relationships or joins between the different tables. So we will start with the customer table. Here we have customer ID. We will click, drag and link to the invoice header table. And there we have it. That's our first relationship or our first join. Next, we will select invoice number and click and drag to invoice number in the third table. And that's our next relationship. And now we have connected all three of these tables. A point to note, wherever one is written, that side table has unique values for that particular field, while the star side has duplicate values for that field. Now that the relationships are established, we can go ahead and create our Power Pivot table. Let's go back to the Excel window now. Now we will create a pivot table. So to insert the pivot table, we go to the Insert tab, click Pivot Table. So we need to click the arrow here. This arrow we will select from data model. We will create the pivot table in a new worksheet. And here at the right hand side, you can see that now we have three active tables. So to display the customer details in different rows, we'll first open the customer table, take the customer name and drag it to the rows. Next, we need the date in the different columns. So let's see which of these tables have the date. Not this one. Invoice date. So we need the year. So we'll take the year. We'll take the year to the columns. Now we need the revenue. So total revenue, we'll drag this to the values. And there you have it. So as you can see, we have taken one field from the customers table, another field from a different table, while a third field from a third different table. And because of the relationships that we have established in the previous steps, we are now able to link the data tables in three distinct tables, in three different worksheets, in one single pivot table without any VLOOKUP, without any XLOOKUP, without any HLOOKUP, without any complicated formulas. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe to see part 2